Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, Hysteria Projects. I hope you're doing well, having a good week so far. This is a general message, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Let's go ahead and hop into it, Spirit. New outlook. Now this new outlook, this is definitely your energy. You've been going through a lot of transformation within the past few years. I'd say at least 5 years. Now there is somebody that is longing for you. There definitely is a masculine energy, wave of emotions. It's giving dark night of the soul. This person could have been very childish, with this new outlook that you have. You had to go within. You had to go in hermit mode and really, I'm gonna say, do the dance with spirituality, do the dance of awakening and doing the dance with your own shadow. You went through a very long reflective period here where, you could have had some very dark days, depression, a sense of just seeing ugliness in the world, really. And it's giving that, that dance of life again, seeing that beauty in spirit, that beauty in the world. And this masculine energy is starting to go through that right now. I'm not sure what the childish behavior was that's coming off of this, but you are being spiritually protected from this person. Healer. This person wants to come towards you. They feel as though that you could heal some part of them. And there is spiritual protection here. There is a peaceful energy here. Okay? Coming from this masculine. There's a sense of peace. Or wanting to make peace. This person, they played childish games in the past. And these childish games had a lot to do with your emotion and your heart and this connection that you two have. This is a spiritual connection that you have with this person. This person is wanting to approach you. They're wanting to reach out to you. And there's no games. This person is coming with a message of love, and there's no games attached to this. Okay, it's even giving off a sense that this person could have maybe recently seen some sort of transformation. They could have seen you out in public and your style was different. They could have seen you on TV. It's giving off that this person saw you and they're wanting to come towards you without any toxicity. They're wanting to show love. Okay? So We have bottled up and foundation. And this is underneath you with this new outlook. You do have a lot of feelings for this person, and you do want to have some sort of foundation with this person. But I mean, there's a lot of disappointment here. It's giving off a lot of disappointment. And so, you had to bottle it up and just focus on yourself. This person was not very consistent in your life, and while they're going through this dark night of the soul, these wave of emotions, a lot of these emotions are because of you. They're reflecting back on how they treated you and just everything, really. And they're seeing how pure and how special you really are. You are being protected from this person. You're under an umbrella of protection. This person can't, it's like you're hidden from this person's childish ways, okay? And this person is, they're seeing you in this goddess energy. They're seeing you in your power, really. Yeah, eyes open. They're seeing you as this healer. I just got this person looks at you like an angel. This person could think that you are an angel. You have divine abilities. You have a connection here with spirit. You have this healing, peaceful, just very, very warm and comfortable energy about you. And this person, they're longing for that. You affirming the sacred feminine in yourself, this masculine, they're affirming the sacred masculine in themselves. They're wanting to come towards you authentically, showing their true emotions, wearing their heart on their sleeve in a sense here. They're not wanting to play games. They're wanting to be their authentic self. Finding peace after difficult struggle. You're comfortable to this person. There's a comfort here. And like I said, there is a strong connection between the two of you. There is some sort of soulmate energy here. And it hasn't been an easy road. It's giving off just very bumpy, and a lot of this has to do with your individual awakenings, getting into alignment, helping each other get into alignment. Choices, deciding between two lovers or other options here. This person really was, they really didn't treat you the way that you needed to be treated. And that's why the divine stepped in and started to protect you from this person. It's very much giving off that both of you had a lot of choices, that you had to decide. And, some of the choices added to the reflection, and some of the choices you stand strong in. There's been a lot of learning throughout this. And I mean, that's very beautiful. It seems as though that, the two of you have really sparked a lot of each other's awakening here. You're just very head down focused on saving right now. You're very focused on building your stability, you know, building up your own foundation by yourself. You know, I mean, you're focused on yourself right now. Yeah, and this masculine, I mean, they really have been fighting their way uphill here. This King of Cups, you know, they very much could have been emotionally unavailable. They very much could have bottled up their emotions, and you know, this person is having a hard time dealing with these emotions. They're having a hard time expressing themselves. Yeah. This person was very immature. Very immature. But you see how this page and then this king, you know, this person is growing. This person is evolving. And this person is sorry. This person is sorry for the sadness they made you feel. This person is sorry for not wanting to change. This person is sorry that they didn't want to put an end to certain things, you know, and you know, grow up and move on from certain ways of doing things. Yeah. Being immature, being impulsive. You know, this person is waking up. This person is definitely seeing, you know, how they could have done things differently. And they're trying to manifest you. You know, this person, them going through this dark night of the soul, they're trying to find the keys to happiness here. They're trying to find, you know, their own way through life. But they're also trying to find a way back into your life. You know, no games. Just, yeah, no more disappointment. There was so much disappointment here. Being indecisive, not knowing what to choose, you know, going back to the past. This person wants something new now. This person wants to move on to peaceful times. Yeah, this person is trying to say that, you know, when they caused you all of this, that it was because they were weak. And that is true. This person was weak. And because they were weak, they tried to make you weak. But things are progressing forward. You know, with this moon and the chariot, you don't see this. These are all things happening behind the scenes, you know. These are things that are happening behind closed doors within, you know, someone's heart and their mind here. But this person is wanting to move forward. They're wanting to get on their path. They're wanting to overcome all of these hurdles and obstacles. And they're wanting to do this, you know, with the divine, with the help and guidance of God and Spirit. You know, this person is not closed off. This person is waking up. They're evolving. They're learning. They're wanting to do better. And that's a beautiful thing. Let's pull some unspoken truth here, because this person really does have a longing for you, and they're sincerely apologetic. But this person is also going through a lot right now. You know, they're having a hard time making sense of their own emotions. So this definitely isn't something that they can easily articulate to communicate with you. You know what I'm saying here? So let's pull some unspoken truth. It says, if you're questioning it, you already know the answer. And I'm getting that has to do with love. Don't let fear be your driver. you know. And this person made you question a lot of things. And that's where this energy comes in of you, okay, you don't want the love, I'm going to pour it within myself, you know. And this person was letting fear take the wheel. This person was allowing other people to get in their ear, and their own thoughts to change the way that they were seeing something. It was like the devil trying to, get in the way here. And it greatly affected, this person. But I'm getting, and it affected you, but I'm getting that this is how it was supposed to be playing out here. You pretend that you don't care, but you have very strong feelings for this person, and this person has strong feelings for you too. They do. This person could try to keep busy. Says, I just want you to be happy even if it's not with me. And I'm getting that is from both sides. That is from both of you. You two are aligning more than you think. This is happening behind the scenes. This chariot is progressive movement. On the bottom, what you don't see here is this person might look through their phone and look at pictures of you, or read through old messages, or this person, might try to reach out to you or ask about you through mutual friends and things of that nature. You definitely stay on this person's mind too. Like I said, it's y'all two are aligning here, and this person is sorry, and it's been a bumpy road for you and this person. Okay, it's definitely not been easy, but there's something divinely guided about this. There's protection over this. You could be protected by your ancestors and by angels, from this person's childish ways, from their immaturity, but the connection itself between you and this person, that is a protected connection here. Let's pull one of these cards instead. Messages from the universe. And you'll know who this person is for you. If this resonates for you, then you know exactly who this is. Take what resonates and leave the rest. We have sculpted by time. Love transcends time, leaving its mark on our hearts and the world around us. Yeah, I mean, there's a strong connection here. There's an eternal love here. There's no rush, is what is coming across too. You two are being very patient with each other. And then we have moonlit alchemy. In the cubicle of love, our souls forge a bond stronger than any element. Yeah. There's a very strong 5D connection. Very strong. And it has been very rough trying to manifest that in this 3D world. Like, it's not been easy, okay? But you've had to go through a lot of growing. This person has had to go through a lot of growing. And it's giving the energy of divine timing, and that all of these things have been going exactly as they were meant to go, unfolding just how it was meant to. The good and the bad, everything. There was purpose behind all of it. And there's going to be communication here. This person is longing for you. They want to reach out to you. And part of the holdup is trying to articulate what to say. This person played games with you. to the point that you had to be spiritually protected from this person. This person was childish. You know, there's a lot of things that this person is sorry for, but there is still this very strong sense of love. So if this message resonates for you, just know that everything is going just as it's meant to go, and everything is going to unfold just as it's meant to. So I hope this message helped, and until next time.